go on videos they play to back in and find out how to play. Today we're looking at how to play this game, UGO, or UGO perhaps. I'm going with UGO. It is by Play This One. It's the only game I think I have from them thus far. And it is, well, this information on the bottom. It takes a little while to play, about 40 minutes, 2 to 4 players, ages 10 and up. It's a trick-taking game. And each player is going to have a board like this. I'm just going to go over a bit of the game. So each player is going to have a board like this. And there is a deck of cards as well that goes with it, which has 5 suits, numbered 0 through 8. Yellow, blue, kind of water yellow, kind of deserty, red, green, and it's black. And each player is going to get a hand of cards dealt out to them. And it's a pretty basic trick-taking game, but there's these added twists, as you'll see. And, I'll probably just, whatever. It's probably, I've heard it's recommended that 4 players more than anything, because otherwise it becomes kind of random when you're only using, half the deck or whatever for 2 or 3 players. So let's see how many cards. These are called country cards. It's all about country and farmers and kingdoms and stuff like that. Yeah, so basically you're a player trying to found a powerful kingdom, and to do that you need to expand your domains by taking more and more countries. These are your country cards, and getting farmers to maintain them. Now these are the farmers, the little tokens, and when you get them, you're going to be putting them in these spots. You need to get 7, 8, 9, and the first 2 are given to you at no cost. Trying to see, it says how many cards each player gets, and they don't seem to say that. It's kind of strange. Sometimes rules with games are better than others. Interesting. It doesn't matter. It does matter, but I don't know exactly how many cards each player is going to get, because it doesn't specify that I can see. So we're just going to hand out some cards, a few hands here, just to show you a little bit about the game. So let's say I'm going to be the start player. I'm going to lead. I'm going to play a green card. Now, it is not must follow specifically. Well, actually it is. It's technically it's must follow. So yes, it is must follow. Ignore what I said. It's must follow, so if you have a green card in this case, you have to play it. So this guy plays he's going to play a 2. And then this guy, he has to play a 1. That's all he has. And this guy, he's going to play a 7. And there's a reason why you might want to do that. Now, you'll see that these cards all have farmers on them. And there's special rules regarding that as well. So yes, so if there's a farmer on a card and you win a trick with that card, you get a farmer. So he's going to get to put a farmer right here. And these cards that he wins in the trick because it's the highest card played wins, he's going to put in his first country. This is his first country, and each different suit is going to go in a different spot. So he won. He's going to lead. Maybe he wants to do red this time. So then I play this one. This guy's going to play this one. And this guy is going to play, let's say he plays a 2. Now, there was no farmers on the card he played, so he's not going to add any farmers. But there is a special rule regarding the 1s and the 2s, because the 1s and 2s have farmers on them. And in this case, since this player lost when they played the 2, they actually get to add a farmer to their kingdom, to their country. And that's how you get farmers with the 1s and the 2s. Now, I believe there's a slight difference here. So if you play a 1 card in a round and you lose, you receive 1 farmer if you match the color of the winner's card. So that doesn't apply here because it's not a 1. If this is a 1, since it's the same color as this card, they would get a farmer. But since it's a 2, and he lost the round, you only get a farmer if the color didn't match the color of the winner's card. So in this case, since this is a 2, but it's the same color as this, he doesn't get. So 1s, if this was a 1, I'm not even sure where the 1 is, there's a 1. If this was a 1, since it matches this color of the winning card, they would get to add a farmer. But since it's a 2, you don't want it to match the color. So in this case, he had no choice to play it because it has the follow suit. But he loses, and he doesn't get a farmer. Hopefully that makes sense. So we'll continue here. And he's going to put this on the second farm. You're always going to want to put the high card on top because this is going to be, sorry about the doorbell. This is going to be, I say, whatever number ends up on the top of these piles is going to be the points you get later on, if you're able to. So if you get a 2 on top, you're only going to get 2 for that. So he's going to put the highest card on top. So we'll continue, and maybe he decides to lead green. This guy plays an 8, so he's going to take it. This guy plays a 3, and this guy can't follow, so he's going to play another card. Now, if you can't follow, you can play any other card. So maybe he plays a 0. Now, if you play a card, if he was to play this 8, since it's the same value as this one, then this one would win. It's always going to be, let's just say if this was a different card, let's say he played a 5. That's the best way to explain it. If this is what was played, he could play this 8, and since it's the highest card played, he would win the trick. However, if it was in this situation, where it was an 8 and he plays an 8, it's going to be the one of the suit led that's going to break the tie. But that wasn't what was played. Now, why play a 0? Well, perhaps this guy already has some yellow cards on his kingdom. Playing a 0 is going to take that number from 6 or 7 or 8 to a 0, if that's the only yellow card played, which it was. That's the purpose of the yellow cards, is to kind of screw people over, so to speak. So this guy wins the trick. He's going to lead, and he's going to add this to his board. And you're going to continue around the board like that, and eventually you're going to get more cards on different kingdoms, and then maybe you're going to get more farmers. And then he's going to add, maybe he's got the yellow cards. And then maybe eventually he gets a black card. And so eventually your board might look like this at the end of the round, with different cards in different kingdoms. Now, he's going to get points for these ones, 15, and then this is another point. But these ones, since there's no farmers on them, you're not going to get the scores. And these are basically a different country. So this is the top kingdom in his, or the top country in his kingdom. And that's going to be what he scores. You're going to do that for all the cards. Add up those scores. Now, for these ones, since he doesn't have any farmers, he's going to lose 5 points for every farmer he doesn't have. So that's 35 points. And he's only made 16 points. So he's going to be very big in the negative. So if you don't have farmers here, you're going to want to avoid winning tricks with these cards so that you don't get them. If you have a farmer on here, or maybe he has 2 farmers on this one, something else happens. Well, let's just say he had this. So he has no cards on this kingdom, no country here in this part of the kingdom, but he has sufficient farmers. In this case, he's going to get this many points. So if you have the farmers and no cards, you get this many points. If you have cards here, but no farmers to maintain the land, then you're going to lose points. And if he has no card here, then he doesn't lose anything. He just loses for this one. And if he has like this, he's going to miss 5, he's going to lose 10 points because he doesn't have sufficient farmers. And this is at the end of the round once everyone has played out the cards. Basically, you're going to play 4 games, and whoever has the highest total score after 4 games wins. So that's how you play UGO. It's an interesting trick-taking, pretty basic trick-taking game in regards to playing the game itself. You're winning tricks, you're following suit if possible. There is no actual trump. Although if you play a card of a different suit color, you will trump the other cards, as long as it's the highest card played. But yeah, but this is the interesting part, where you have to add farmers, try to get farmers, and try not to get too many cards, perhaps. It's kind of interesting. So that is UGO. I like it. Comment, like, subscribe, let me know what you think. We'll see you next time. More. Thanks for watching.